take it right to him, Jimmy Clark said. Stevenson upright with that long left that sets up that right. First round action. Stevenson, always like a tiger. The crowd roaring at Jimmy, getting in a quick combination. Stevenson does seem a little heavy in the tummy to me, based on all the previous times I've had him. Clark with a right after a left lead. No question about it. Stevenson, a commanding presence. A good right by Clark. And then a left just before the break. And Clark with another left. And he is taking it to Teofilo. That's Alfredo Toledo, the third man in the ring. There is dynamite in those Stevenson fists. So Clark has to combine his tactical advances with some degree of caution so as not to get tagged. We're about 2 minutes into the first round. There is blood on the upper lip of Stevenson, apparently from his nose. From Jimmy Clark, so far as I can see. Now the crowd is really getting on Toledo. Clark must be sure that the referee doesn't undo his concentration, because Toledo is making a farce of this now. Let's see. Blood on Clark. I'm trying to get a view of it. The fighter's back is to me. As soon as I can get a full-face view of Jimmy. In the meantime, the crowd in a state of definite unrest over the antics of the referee. Clark is all over Stevenson. Clark fighting unafraid. Clark getting that left in. That's a wild one. And another one. That's what he must be careful of. You saw Stevenson answer with the right. My goodness, he's calling that a standing 8 count. There is blood coming out of Stevenson's nose. Round 2. Remarkable showing by this American team. If the Olympics take place in Moscow, we will have a team, clearly, of the caliber of the team at Montreal. May not win 5 gold medals, but they'll provide tremendous boxing shows. 30 seconds into round 2. Clark, the aggressor in the first round, scoring with lefts and with rights. Stevenson to the punch. Stevenson with the reach advantage, but not getting that left into Jimmy to set up his right, at least not up till now. Right there, Clark again on the exchange. Minute 10 seconds into round 2. He is charging points against Jimmy Clark for an alleged butt. People are now beginning to throw debris into the ring. This has to affect Clark's effectiveness. Now Toledo is stopping the action while he removes the debris. it's a sad thing to see this competition, which has been so spirited, except for some holding in the Bernard Taylor fight. It's been a beautiful competition. Brilliant for the most part. And now, if Clark is growingly frustrated, you can understand it. If his concentration is impaired, you can understand it. Stevenson now knows he's in a fight. Blood is again coming down from his nostrils. Clearly, Jimmy is the aggressor in every respect. Crowd roars, half mockingly, as Stevenson gets a caution. That's right. That's the kind that usually puts away the opponent, but it didn't score. Jimmy carries with him his card, acknowledging his graduation and his Bachelor of Science degree. Very proud of what he's accomplished. He's a proud man. This is round 2. 20 seconds, as you can see. Counting down. Stevenson no longer has the look of the polished, graceful, great fighter that he was in 2 prior Olympiads. I'll be back. You can hear them. As one, they sense the possibility of an upset by Jimmy Clark, the third and the last round. He has fought absolutely as the aggressor. He has not shown the slightest sign of fear. Quite the contrary, he's shown naught but confidence. Stevens has looked sluggish. Not the same fighter that we saw destroy Bobbick in Munich and John Tate at Montreal. But there's another round to go. Oh, he's really teeing off on Stevenson. He's bloodied Stevenson's nose. He's had to cut himself over his right eye. Alfredo Toledo, the referee from Cuba, has become in his own way the dominant figure in the match. Debris being thrown into the ring again. Repeatedly, he has cautioned Clark. He even took away points from him in the second round. Again, Toledo cautioning Clark about alleged butts. Clark fighting as effectively as one would want, and more effectively than I would have believed, against Stevens with that past reputation. Jimmy beating Stevenson to the punch with the left throughout the fight. Stevenson with a quick left lead. Stevenson missing with his key blows. Clark getting in his own. Give this fight to Stevenson. If it goes the distance, the way Clark has fought, again, Toledo cautioning Clark, making a farce of this thing. Crowd booing incessantly now, booing the referee. Oh, there! He left himself open. The one thing Clark had to do. He had to be careful because there is still dynamite in those Stevenson fists. He left himself open and a quick combination, the left and right, put Jimmy down. The first knockdown in the fight, though there was a standing 8 count that didn't really seem worthy, at least to my observation. So Stevenson has shown us that he can still punch. Jimmy Clark going in to hold, to protect himself. Very much now on the defensive. The American team is rooting Clark on, led by Alex Ramos. It looks like Clark now will go the distance, though the tide of the fight turned with that knockdown here in the third and final round. Again, Toledo interfering with Clark and his concentration, producing frustration. Well, they gave it to Stevenson, which I suppose could be argued on the basis, A, of the referee's antics, and B, the third round, when he did change the flow of the fight with that quick, sharp combination that knocked Jimmy Clark down. But Stevenson, no part of the fighter we have seen in the past. Without professional competition through the last 8 years, clearly, it seems to me, he has gone back as a fighter. In the meantime, Jimmy Clark can feel nothing but pride in his performance today.